Good day to all of you who are watching this, wherever you are, whichever part of the world. This is in response to uh, one of the requests by a subscriber, follower, who responded to my Chikubuku Riley post and expressed an interest to hear about the actual recording session with our Isaipuel ARR. And I thought nothing could be more apt than doing it on ARR's birthday today. And I'm starting by wishing ARR a wonderful, happy birthday and many, many, many more returns, filling the world with his fantastic music, keeping the world entertained and healed with his music. So I wish all of you would join me in doing that. And in that note, I wanted to explain something that has been close to my heart, and I wanted to share it. I was hoping somebody would do it, but it didn't happen. It's basically to drive home the point that how ARR completely redefined the sonic configuration of the saxophone in Indian film music. And I think he did it beautifully with this song Chikubuku Railway. And I was blessed to be part of that revolution. I played the soprano sax on that. So I must thank ARR for, first of all, giving me that great opportunity. And then I would give you a little brief on what happened that day in the session, if I may, so that you get a hang of this wonderful genius on how he's just not focused on the music, just the music alone, or the notation alone, or the instrument, but he looks far beyond it, goes into so much detail on getting the best out of the musician and the instrument. So I was called to Panchatan Hen. This is somewhere around 92, I think, 1992. Panchatan Hen was that was at that time a smaller studio than what it is today, and it was around noon. I went in there, and to my surprise, it was only ARR at his console. Nobody else was there. Maybe it was lunchtime and they were gone for a break, I suppose. So no assistants, and even our dear sound engineer Sridhar wasn't there. So I walk in and he greets me, and then as we talk and I tune up and he asked me to set up the instrument in his booth. They had only one or two booths those days, if I remember. And I set it up and I started tuning up and warming up. As I was doing it, it was ARR himself who brought in the mics, cables, assembled everything. So what a great treat for a musician, an upcoming young budding musician, to have this maestro composer today. At that time, setting up the mics and to capture the actual sound of my instrument and my tone. So it was a great honor. So he started setting up the mic, walking back to out of the booth to his mixing console, changing the parameters, coming back again, and he said, keep on playing. So we did this for almost an hour or so. He goes back, tweaks the parameters on his mixer, comes back, changes the mic position. Then he goes back, brings another mic, tests 2 or 3 different mics, and positions 2 mics in different positions to capture the various tonalities of the instrument, I guess. And then after about an hour of playing, he says, now come out. So I walk out to the console region, mixing console area, and he puts whatever he has captured, and I was baffled. I was amazed at how beautifully he had captured my tone and my feel, and it was a very rare moment for me, because I've never experienced that fullness in most of the studios I've played before. So it was really a moment of awe. And after hearing that, he said, okay, now let me give you the notation. So he starts dictating the notes. So I start writing down. He dictates the whole riff for Chikibukurele, the opening and the middle BGM saxophone part. I write it down, and then he says, I really like your tone and your feel. Now add all that and give it your expression. So I walk back into the booth, he puts the track on, and first time I'm listening to it, it was just the beat, the bass, and with Suresh Peter's voice. So I start playing, and with add a few ornamentations, embellishments, change a few things here, and I keep playing, and he starts recording, and after I think maybe few takes, he says, come out, and then when I say it's fine, it's done very well, and I listen to it, it sounds amazing. And I think to my knowledge of being a student of Bollywood music for the last 55 years or so, the saxophone sound had been stuck in a space. I'm not going to say anything negative about it. It sounded beautiful in those days, but what he brought in was something totally out of the world. He just changed the whole parameters of saxophone sounded in that particular period in the 90s, and that kind of completely revolutionized the whole saxophone being used in Indian film music industry after that. So this is kind of my little sharing of the actual session with ARR for Chikibukurele BGMs. And as I was mentioning earlier, this man goes to such detail, nitty-gritty detail of where the mic is positioned, how far it is, and what are the parameters. So he takes so much time and pain to bring out the best sound and the qualities of the instrument, and at the same time keeps the musician so relaxed and wanting to give more. So that atmosphere was phenomenal, and I'm sure many of the musicians and singers who have recorded for him would definitely agree with this. These are even much more better experiences because I had left India around the early 90s after this, maybe about a year or so. So I'm sure many of the musicians and singers who've been playing for the last decades would have definitely experienced this greatness of a genius at his studio, and the joy of working with him and giving the best out. So I'm grateful again for having been blessed with this wonderful opportunity. I'm grateful to God and ARR for having given me this wonderful opportunity. I take this opportunity to post my playlist of what I have played of ARR's music, either in live or in recordings of covers that I have done. Hoping that some of you would enjoy his music in instrumental form, in different instruments. So thanks once again for patiently listening to me and watching and listening to my music as well. And once again, let's all join to wish ARR on his birthday. May the Isai continue forever in our hearts, minds, and for generations to come. Thanks once again.